We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Tonight we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. This taken in at the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action, Garoppolo. They'll get this complete to Charlie Warner. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I think he might have been a little bit too focused on turning upfield. He didn't stay in bounds. He caught the ball, but he wanted to catch it and run, get that rack yardage so badly, he forgot to stay in bounds first.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Garoppolo. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Hurts. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. Still fighting through tackles. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Hurts throw here complete into the hands of Hurts. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Here's Hurts to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And the Eagles are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. Their defensive side did that. But he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We've got you. Now they got first and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch, counter punch. And this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go ahead and put it in the boxing ring, right? You're going to get hit sometimes. Can you respond and hit back? And they're trying to do exactly that.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. They toss it out right to Johnson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That second down play nets a -4.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on first down, then ran it on second down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important third down try?
He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott from the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
7 yards, the pickup there. On play action, now Garoppolo. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game. Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Charlie Warner there to make the grab. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you.
Hurts fumbles it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there? There's so much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football. And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Touchdown! Jimmy Garoppolo, a touchdown pass to Brandon Ayuk. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Now on 2nd and 13. Hurts. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. Aaron Siposs on to punt as he'll get this one away now. Ayuk to return it. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about it.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Eric Wilson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. And this is not something they want to see. George Kittle, such an important piece to the puzzle, is still down here. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake? Hurts fumbles it. And that is a scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Touchdown, 49ers! Mohamed Sanu, a 24-yard touchdown. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 12, Hurts. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Throwing is Hurts. And the Niners get there and bring him down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This returnable for Ayuk. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. And he will find his man, Samuel. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Here's 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown! George Kittle from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to add on to their first half lead. Now Gold for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And Sanders has it poked free.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turn. Hurts, fumbles it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. He'll look to throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over this one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple of yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Garoppolo's throw taken in by Samuel. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for, but it's going to be second down.
Here we go. By 20. I don't know why his team showed up. 49, got it.
Garoppolo. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Mostert will score. Touchdown, 49ers. Boy, I mean, at this point, what more do we say here? I got nothing.
And you know, so many people talk all the time about having announcer-less games, and they want that. This could be a candidate for it, because if we stay here and do this, we're going to have a lot to fill in the second half.
There's still another half. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. Garoppolo now, first down throw. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Garoppolo. Right back to Kittle. This time he's got it. And he lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The Niners on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel there to make the grab. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Nathan Gary in on the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Room to run past midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field, and now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
A play fake from Mostert, now Garoppolo. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That's Derek Barnett coming in and making the play. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out and take pride in your work and try and put something together here in the second half.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just...
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 46. Past the 20. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Dancing to his left. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Back to throw here.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jason Verrett, and he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold.
Touchdown 49ers. Charlie Warner, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
That's swung out wide to Sanders.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Sanders. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. There they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Hurts. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Nick Bosa able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Hey, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time
one
we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride is kicked in. Made a terrific play.
49's the mic. Let him know.
On play action, it's Garoppolo.
Again looking for Samuel, this time the catch made.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. And yet again, it's Garoppolo.
That's complete to the tight end, Werner.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Play action, Garoppolo. This one caught by Kittle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On 2nd down, it's Sermon.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Trey Sermon.
An 8-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers continue to roll. Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. On the return, Boston Scott. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
47 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Sanders. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a carry for Sanders. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Hurts throw complete there to Smith. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Hurts sets up to throw it. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 23.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense, because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Elliott good on the extra point, so they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Richie James on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Still well in control of this ball game, despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Garoppolo.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 60 yards. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Javon Kinlaw coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Throwing is Hurts. The Sanders has got it complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
But first down, Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Here's Hurts to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
It don't even matter, baby. It don't matter.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we've reached a point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that, because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsar? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us, stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game. He's moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches...
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense, that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you used the words.
And he loses the football a second time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. They fake the give, now Garoppolo looks to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
They'll try it now with Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his second touchdown of the night. And the 49ers continue to roll. Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Eric Armstead, his second sack of the night.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Eric Armstead in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
He ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you.
Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 54 yards. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. His throw incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Hurts. Open right side, complete to Rager.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll set up to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
A very good return that time. 18 yards.
The Niners set to take over on offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
And his throw here's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield. Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a 1st down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gould is able to put it through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want to execute.
Hurts fumbles it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think can absorb that contact.
That's into the hands of Dwelly. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Garoppolo now. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Eagles defense able to hold.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Quick slant here to Smith. He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from Silicon Valley.